As Ontario as a province relaxes pandemic restrictions, the same is now happening as of today in many long-term care, hundreds of long-term care homes across the province. For people who are living in these homes, it has been absolutely tough dealing with lockdowns that some say have impacted their mental health. We spoke to one woman whose mother is staying here at Lakeside Long-Term Care, who said that the changes taking place today are welcome.
The thing is that you don't have to be on a list to get in to visit. Now it's open to any visitors. So we're not worried about, my son can go visit, my husband can go and visit, my mother's friends can go and visit her. So having friends in is a big, big deal. I believe that volunteers can come back, but I think that that's still a bit of an organizational task for the residents. They can't quite get.
Some of the changes being instituted as of today include vaccine mandates are no longer required in long-term care, although individual homes can decide on their own whether they're going to keep those in place, as many of them have. Visiting rules have changed as well. More visitors are allowed. Before, it could only be a couple of direct caregivers who are allowed in to visit residents staying in these homes. Now that list is expanded, and for people who are under 5, they are now allowed to visit their loved ones who are living in long-term care. But again, the coalition of homes, family councils for those homes, says that some of their concerns that they have had from the beginning of the pandemic still have not been addressed.
At the moment, it's staffing. Staffing is the huge, huge concern. Retaining staff is hard. Getting enough staff is hard. There's this kind of concept of continuity of care, that my mom does better if it's the same person who is waking her up every morning and the same person who's helping her go to bed every night. And when you've got high turnover of staff, it's a big, big issue. And then understaffing.
Denise's mom lives here at Lakeside Long-Term Care and says that at 96 she is much happier now in dealing with the end of the 5th wave. Omicron has passed, but in the middle of it, she says things were pretty tough for most of the people here.
A few months when Omicron was kind of pretty bad, the residents were fine. A few staff members tested positive, and they had to stay home. But the residents, I think 2 residents tested positive in the entire Omicron wave, and they were largely asymptomatic. So the residents, I think, are very well protected.
This issue is something that she says is not something just attached to the pandemic. It's something she believes predates the pandemic. Some of the concerns they have are with staffing, and it's something they plan to bring up during the election campaign.
I want anybody who's running for office to be aware of the issues of long-term care. Long-term care has got lots of problems. They need to be fixed. They can be fixed, and let's get them fixed.